Hello everyone and welcome back for another edition of 8 Minutes with Aaron. I am of course your host Aaron, and on today's episode I'm going to talk about some stuff that happened over the weekend where we might open a box or go through a bag. I have no idea. I really didn't plan this out well because it is hot as fuck. So let's get run with a fresh edition of this guy right here, Aaron. If you did not know this about your buddy Aaron over here, I do not like to turn on the air conditioner. I do not like to turn on the heat. I do like really cold temperatures, but I do not like it when it is hot and humid. And in my office, it is so hot and humid, it is just bleh. So I tried turning on a fan, but I thought the fan would be too noisy and would, I don't know. If I don't try the fan, I'm not going to know if it's going to affect the video, but I just didn't want to do it. I'll have to test it out some other time. And in every other room I have a fan, so everything is nice and cooled off. But this room in particular does not get any provided air. So there's no airflow going in and out. It's in the back, and I'm cooking. I'm cooking, folks. And the door that I have to the outside that I have in this room, let me tell you something. There's a big crack in that sumbitch. So if I do turn on the air conditioner, all the cold air is going to go right out the door, and I'm going to be up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. Because first, I don't have a boat, I don't have a river, I don't have a paddle, so I'm kind of screwed on all fronts. So anyway, let me tell you about my weekend. On Friday, I did my Target thing. I should say Thursday. Friday, I did my Target thing. Saturday, which was yesterday, because hopefully this video is coming out on Sunday. This is why there was no video yesterday. Because one, I forgot my phone at home, which I couldn't record a video to work. And that's why we didn't get a Saturday video, even though it would have been a rummaging and a running around to get something posted because I went out last night, folks. Finally, I went out after, I don't know how long, I finally did it. Now I'm not saying like I went out and, to a festival or I went to the Folk Fest or I did something else. This was me actually going to a club on a Saturday night. It wasn't even really a club. It was a place where there was music. I didn't drink. I had a good time. I had a banging time, chilling, dancing with my friend David. We were like dancing it up. We saw Galantis. Hopefully I pronounced that right. There were other acts that were for it that were freaking awesome too. Now here's some things that did happen during the course of the night, which I know you would be as devastated as I would, so this is why I'm bringing it up to you. So, first off, I was panicking and I wanted to get all my shit together. So, when I left the house, I forgot my earbuds. Earbuds, boom. Forgot them, was upset. I was gonna have to go to the club. It was gonna be loud music. I was gonna have to put nothing in my ear. Now it's gonna be, no, too loud, I can't hear. But you know what? I'll be honest with you. The music was adequately leveled, or whatever the fuck you want to say. It was good. It didn't hurt my ears. I was able to enjoy it. I was able to dance, and I was dancing. Oh, I was dancing, baby. I got there maybe like 10 o'clock. I was dancing to 2. I did a nice 4 hours of dancing. Now, you would say to yourself, after all that dancing, you want to go to the gym, right? The next day. You give yourself a break. No. I was at the gym. I went to the gym. I worked out. I had to get my workout in, folks. I need to prepare for EDC next year. Anyway, let's get back to the whole scenario of going to the Ave and the dance music and all that shit. And the club. So, this is what else I forgot. I have like one of those little band things that say, something around it. I have one that says Who Hill. And every time I go out or I go to a festival, I always wear my Who Hill little bead bracelet that says Who Hill on it. Because I want to represent Who Hill. I love my people at Who Hill, even though sometimes, I say I really don't like everybody there. Maybe I only like 5 or 6 people throwing the hands in the air. That's my truth right there. And yeah. I did not bring the correct one. I brought the one that I got from EDC, a generic one that said Plore or some shit like that. Which is fine, but it just wasn't my Who Hill John. It just wasn't my Who Hill John. And that's what I wanted. Alright, so everything else after that was okay. Forgot the earbuds, forgot the proper wrist retire or whatever. And we get there, we go in, we're dancing, real cool, or whatever. 2 things I didn't like. Two. Now, the first, actually, let's go with the 3. 3 things I don't like. Now, this happens everywhere I go. It doesn't matter where I'm dancing. It doesn't matter if I'm on a field. It doesn't matter if I'm inside. People are always going to push through and be rude as shit, not say excuse me. And when you're dancing, they're just going to cut through you and your friends. It's like, come on, have some proper, etiquette. Say, excuse me. May I please pass through? Or wait till like there's a break in the music and then go around. Whatever the case may be, I don't like that shit. Let's put that on the one block. If I had a little tally John that would pop up, bing, one, boop. Don't do that shit when I'm dancing. Don't do that shit. All right, two time. This dude who was obviously fucked up. He was fucked up. I knew he was fucked up. He was doing those the boofer sticks. They were smelling them. I'm not going to stereotype and say who was doing the boofing or who was the boofing type, but they were boofing the boofers and the boppers. And he kept backing up into me. And I was like, I politely said, hey, excuse me, you're stepping on me. He's like, oh, yeah. And then he did it again. I'm like, yo, like, dude, stepping on me, Brad. Like, we already had this interaction. And then the third time, I just put my hand. I'm like, no, I don't want to push you, but I'll push you. And then he kind of got the gist of it. And then he did not get the gist of it. I actually had to walk away. I had to walk away, folks. I was the bigger person in the scenario. Get that? This guy was the bigger person. All right. And finally, the last thing, which wasn't really a problem, but was just like, shit, I can't believe this actually happened. This girl fucked up, passed the fuck out. No. She did not pass out. She collapsed. Collapsed on the ground. Her friend, who was... Her friend was like 1/3 her size. So now you're 1/3 her size. So now you know how big this girl may or may have not been. I don't want to say. That's not for me to say, whatever. On the ground, like sprawled out on the floor. Everybody's circling this girl. And, like, I'm a nurse. But from experience, when I was at Folk Fest and I was at other places, they really don't want you to interfere. And, like, I was like, look, if the EMTs aren't here in about, like, 2 seconds, then I'm going to, I'll step in. I'll see what's going on. But she was awake. She was oriented. Well, she wasn't oriented, but she was awake. I don't know if she was alert or... This girl was fucked up. And she was on the ground. And, like, her friend... Like... There were other girls around there, too. And I wasn't going to do this because, God forbid, if I did this, I could get sued. Her was just hanging out. And nobody was trying to, like, cover that shit up. And I was like, dude, like, cover her up. Or, like... I don't know. Some people would have their phones out and start recording this shit. Now, their friend had a phone out and recorded it, but I didn't see anyone else's phone, and I'm glad they didn't, because that would be really fucked up. And I would basically say, like, yo, this girl needs some help, and you're fucking recording her like a jackass. Like, fuck you. But yeah, that was my night. That was the night. So I guess no boxes are going to be opened, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. So, my name is Aaron. Thank you for joining me with 8 Minutes, and I'll see you next time where we're doing more stuff, more things, of course, more of me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave down in the comments what you want to see, what you don't want to see, and I'll see all of you in the next video. See you later. Bye-bye.